Welcome to 108 Gate. We are doing the Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine reading. First up, we have Divine Feminine. So let's see what's going on. Hope you're all well. Welcome to new subscribers, and thank you to those of you who've been with me for a while now. Wishing you a great 2024 and beyond. So, slow down, the pace must abate before it's too late. This is definitely coming in with the vibe of certain configurations right now are asking us to really take stock of what's happening, take some time to understand that which we need to be letting go of and the new stuff that needs to be coming in, or revisiting things that we may have let go of previously. So in this process, it's not surprising, as we know, that certain things are going to be coming up, certain aspects of self are going to be under some kind of assessment, under some kind of like, am I doing the correct thing for me? Am I just doing this because I think I'm supposed to do it? Things like that. Just kind of taking stock of what are we doing and why are we doing it? What do we want to do? Why are we not doing it? Why are we allowing things to get in our way and things like that? So realization, the answer is here. Take heed in allowing self to take those precious moments to ask those all important questions. It's going to be a lot smoother as we go ahead, as we be honest with ourselves. The greater level of courage and strength we have to actually see those things that we've been avoiding for so long and not wanting to, or not being ready to look at. Prepping for that, telling yourself you're strong, allowing yourself to feel strong, allowing yourself therefore to feel more prepared to see what was previously unseen, is going to change the nature of the way we are operating. So here we have the Eight of Cups. Leaving certain things behind, knowing that there may be some level of remorse and regret, and processing that, working with that, making sure that we're assessing things with a certain level of honesty. And that does mean that we have to feel the weight of some of these emotions. We have to feel the weight of the consequence of getting to the point of some of these emotions. So it's kind of like making sure that we are looking after ourselves and identifying things sooner, so we don't go into crisis point, so we don't go into run out point or run down point, or if you've been there with burnout, you don't want to get to burnout point. It's identifying those times when it's like, right, this isn't functioning the way it needs to function, stop. How do I need to oil these wheels? How do I need to get this engine moving within me again? How do I need to make sure I'm aligned with what I should be doing and where I should be going? So a lot of that is linked to Four of Swords, which is making sure you're resting appropriately, making sure you're taking time to rest, to rejuvenate and recalibrate, and recalibrating with the sunshine, recalibrating with your joy, recalibrating with happiness. It's going to be really important and essential. So then we have the Seven of Cups. So as we are leaving things behind, we might start seeing shiny things. We might start seeing new opportunities. Again, it came up, I think, yesterday. The real thing about this is making sure that you don't get stuck on those things that are not for you. Just because we want something to be true doesn't mean it's true. Just because we want someone to be a particular way doesn't mean they are that way. So it's having to make sure that we're navigating this in a way that's being very aware of with the intentions in which we're doing it. We do have a new moon on the 11th of January in Capricorn, and it's supposed to be a beautiful moon. It's supposed to be a very good intention moon. It's actually a better start to the year, so to speak, than it is now as of today. Because the energies that are aligning for that are really setting us up for some beautiful insight, for some beautiful steps forward to be had, and awareness of it, compassion, appreciation, gratitude, just really diving into those luscious energies to make sure that we're utilising the full potential of what's coming up. And especially now we've got Let's see where Chiron is. Chiron is still retrograde. Well, let's check again. Sorry. Making sure I got the correct information. So Chiron has come out of retrograde, and if Aries is feeling this force now because we have Mars still in Sagittarius as well. So the fire part of this is really activated. Mercury is in Sagittarius at 22. Venus is in Sagittarius at 3. Mars is in Sagittarius at 27. So with Aries being fire, it's really feeling that fuel going into Mercury, Venus and Mars. So 15 degrees of Aries, we've got the Chiron now direct, and it's gone to direct now. So all the next level of the wounds that are being healed, let them remain healed. Let them identify. Really let them go through that healing process, allowing them to kind of purify and cleanse and really, really be healed. That means that you are clear of and shut off all of those wounds from the past, no longer dragging them along with you, being clear of them. This feels really important in this feminine energy because there have been conflicts in the past that have lingered, and this has created a different kind of ongoing not drama, but kind of like internal dialogue that's just around this particular conflict or these particular conflicts, which we don't need anymore. They've gone, it's done. We just like, you know what, it's done and dusted. I'm not going to keep popping my head back into it. I'm not going to keep popping my consciousness back into it. It's done, and I can't change anything about it other than how I carry it now, other than letting go of it now, other than how I respond to it now, other than not letting it get me down, not letting it get to me, not letting it bring me down anymore. Reclaiming your power, reclaiming your energy back, reclaiming the place where you were before you actually were in that space, possibly, or more so reclaiming that, gone through that experience of expanded, stretched, changed, whatever it is, transmuted things, and now I'm on the other end of it. That's it, it's done. It can go into a filing cabinet or whatever it is, or just burnt off and rise like a phoenix out of it. So it is quite a intense energy, but at the same time it's quite worthwhile to actually go into it properly. So then the things are starting flowing easier, because as this conflict is being released, your grasp on certain things is releasing too. So where the fear or the insecurity or whatever it is that came from these conflicts in a negative manner, in a low vibe manner, those things you had to hold on to. You had to hold on to this for some security. You had to hold on to that for some security. But as this conflict is going and being released, that means you can release some of the safety nets that you were holding on to, some of the safety spaces or the safety patterns that you had. Those are going to be diminished. They're going to be able to be released. So again, around the defense mechanisms, I keep coming in periodically, but the last I guess yesterday mainly, defense mechanisms was coming up again really strong. How do we utilize the defense mechanisms, but identify that this defense mechanism, although it's great at the time as a defense mechanism and purposeful, right now to continue functioning in that particular defensive way is not going to work for me. So letting go of these defence mechanisms, but that initially means that we have to identify some of these defence mechanisms in the first place to be able to know what we let go of, or just if you're feeling brave enough, it is a process of now I let him go, but then understanding that you may be still feeling vulnerable in some spaces and places. So here we have the Four of Wands with the Eight of Cups. So you're walking away from certain things. This is twofold again. A lot of it feels like it's twofold at the moment. So this is either walking away from something that you felt was secure, but you've learnt over the process that was a false sense of security. It was a false sense of fulfillment. Therefore, it wasn't secure, it wasn't fulfilling, and I'm walking away from it. I'm walking away from that into a more secure space, into a space where I feel more supported. I feel more like I feel like I'm allowed to be myself. I feel more connected with myself. Therefore, heading to that Four of Wands with knowing that you're coming out of these conflicts. So yes, it looks like a step back, but it's actually not, because then when you're going from the conflicts to a more secure space, you're going to be able to understand more so of what not to do in the next conflict space, and overcome conflicts, overcome obstacles quicker, easier, and with less stress and worry, hopefully. They don't become so much of an obstacle. So the Seven of Cups, sorry, with the Eight of Pentacles, understanding and identifying what is of my value, what is for my value, what is of worthwhile for my attention, worthwhile for me to work on. So as you identify, it's not all Seven Cups. I said this in the last time it came up. It's not all Seven Cups. You got to pick out which ones work for you, and I know that can actually be a fright and flight mode for some people, because it's like, what if I choose the wrong thing? Letting go of that. Or what if I don't know how to do this or that and the other? Letting go of that, and allowing yourself to feel confident in becoming more of yourself, because we have all these statements that may come up, that could possibly come up around what if I can't, what if I don't, what if I shouldn't, and those kind of things, and just letting go of that, not judging it, acknowledging they're coming up, accepting that they're coming up, appreciating there's probably a reason why they're coming up in this conflict space, and kind of moving yourself forward lovingly, kind manner, with gentleness. And then possibly it could be you have an opportunity to do some childhood work. Not sure what's going on with that, but there could be some child stuff that's coming up, childhood stuff that's coming up, that needs to be soothed and eased and resolved. So having that beautiful opportunity to do some of that work, I think it's always a winning streak, because you have to go through it usually anyway. So why not be ready with your pampering? Why not be ready with your making sure you're sleeping properly, you're eating properly, you're hydrated with the correct liquids, shall we say. I don't know, all those things that you do for self-care, like real, genuine, sincere self-care, to make sure that you are prepared for the rest of this fantastic path. Really going into it a bit deeper, like, right, this is the level of self-care that I'm at now. What more can I do? What more can I sustain myself with, supply to myself, or receive, to take myself to another level of calm, another level of well-being, another level of being healthier? So that is a gorgeous energy too. So this Four of Swords is much required, because there's still remnants of those things that we went through. There's still remnants of having gone through particular emotional battles, actual battles, whatever it is, that felt like they were battles. Just because it wasn't a battlefield in the old sense doesn't mean it wasn't a battle for you within self. So acknowledging that, again, giving yourself that time to recuperate, to heal, and to seal in some lovely, beautiful energies. So from the sun, we are radiating, and doing that process, having that process, you're going to feel like $1 billion, £1 million, £1 million yen, €1 million, whatever it is you knock, whatever it is, rupees, whatever it is you use, just making you feel that much more wealthier. And your wealth is coming from your excellent health, putting that time into feel good, putting that time into feel healthy, putting that time into making sure you're checking on your good, your progress, and your well-being. I keep saying good. Your well-being, really being at the forefront of it, because as you're setting yourself up for a new path, you also need to make sure that you are going to be able to function in a healthy manner, and that you're in tune with that. Because if there's something not quite right, or there's something not quite on par with how you need to be, then it's making sure you are aware of that, and you can instantly respond to it. So here we are again, Seven of Cups. I don't know what's going on, but like Seven of Cups. So we got 7 cups over here we've walked away from. Making sure that when you feel good, you're still keeping that sharpness about you, about choosing the correct cups. Making sure that just because you're feeling good now, to not lose sight of making sure things are realistic, making sure that things are applicable and appropriate. That's the word I'm trying to get out. So making sure that things are still applicable, still appropriate, and managing that to the point that you still understand that you've gone through certain things just because you're feeling really good now and you're feeling even better now and you're working on making yourself and helping yourself feel even better than that. Not to lose sight of, still be decisive and still be assertive and still be discerning, more importantly, when you're making choices like this, because you want to make sure you're still choosing, even when your choices expand, new choices are going to come forward. And then again, it's going to be another level of being decisive and being assertive, but more importantly, being discerning, choosing the correct choices for you as you move and expand. And the choices change and shift. It's a whole different new assessment coming in, but this is way more ideal than being stuck. So therefore, just flow into it, allow yourself to flow into it, appreciate it, and enjoy this process. So we're going to get one more over here. Yeah, make sure you stay diligent on checking things. Make sure you're aware of what is for you and what isn't for you, because you don't want to go to there. And therefore, letting things flow. Don't grasp onto things. As you let go of a grasp and let the flow come easier, you got more aspects of your Ten of Cups coming in, feeling that Ten of Cups radiating. This is a gorgeous reading, Divine Feminine reading. Your monthlies for January 2024 are up, so check out the separate playlists. I also always say that it's great to check out your natal chart. I always check out all of them because they're so important. All of the energies is really important. So check out the different aspects of that, especially if you know how to use your natal chart. Why not utilize that knowledge to actually check out how everything is interacting with each other. Divine Masculine reading coming up next. So for now, peace and love.